Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, friends. Thank you for joining me on this episode of True Crime Past and Present. Today, I want to give you the case of the hate crime case in California. These are the two accused, Christina Lynn, age 42, and Jeremy Wayne Jones, age 49. Now, if you haven't heard of this case is a brand new case. This just occurred on March 15, 2022 in Tracy, California. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with California and where Tracy is located, it is about 50 miles from San Francisco. And this actually happened in a Chevron gas station over in Tracy. Um, the victim was Justin Peoples. He was black and he was shot once and he was stabbed multiple times. There is no reason there's no known reason as to why this happened. The suspects were captured due to CCTV footage from the gas station. And Christina and Jeremy have been arraigned on murder charges this last Friday, with a special circumstance alleging the victim was intentionally killed because of his race, color, religion, nationality, or country of origin. There is a third defendant, Christopher Demenko, age 58, who was also arraigned on accessory charges. Now, I wanted to touch up on this case a little bit because if you're not familiar with this particular area, with the drive that you take from Los Angeles to San Francisco. So there's two ways you can get to San Francisco from Los Angeles. And there's a shorter version and there's a longer version. Um, the longer version is through PCH, which is considered the scenic route, where you're driving all through the coast until you get to San Francisco, which takes you, I want to say, about 2 to 3 hours longer. And then we have the regular drive in the middle of the fields on the 5 freeway. And this takes you around six hours to drive to San Francisco. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is for, and this is like a little known secret, between the drive of San Francisco and Los Angeles, there are small towns in between. Once you get out into the fields, into the um, passing Oxnard, California, you start getting into the work fields and things like that. But it is known that there are small towns that they're considered all white. So I'm wondering if maybe this couple was living there, maybe was part of that community. I don't know. But I just thought it was interesting to know that this occurred in Tracy, California. Now, based on past history from the defendants, this is why they're adding the hate crime charge against these two. Now, I want to bring your attention to this picture. So, these are the tattoos that Jeremy has. So, if you look here, there's a swastika, right? Um, which many of us know as representation of, um, you know, the white supremacy movement. Um, there is also in his arm, there's the words white and pride, which I don't think I got a pic. Oh, yeah, here we go. White and pride. And the number 88, right, which is uh, the numerical code for Heil Hitler. So if we look at these pictures, we know that at least Jeremy had some type of, you know, white supremacy involvement, or I'm not even sure how that works as far as that goes. But another interesting note is that he was recently released on March 1st. He was released on parole, but we don't know what the prior convictions were. Um, but this is something that's not tolerated. I mean, Justin, the victim here, he left two children, two small children, a 2-year-old and an 11-year-old. And the story goes that he was supposed to have lunch with his father and he just never showed up. And he had great dreams to buy a home, to live his life. And here are these two people that just took his life. And look at these pictures. I mean, these are their booking pictures. I don't see any remorse whatsoever, which I'm very, very happy they're adding the hate crime on this. But I'm very interested to see how much time they will get, if any, right? Um, with this case. And I mean, we're in the year 2022, and it's just baffling to me that these kind of crimes are still occurring. This type of mentality people still have. I mean, he was probably pumping gas. I'm assuming it happened in a Chevron station. You know, I don't know. I'm gonna follow this case and see what the prosecution, what information they have, and what, besides the CCTV footage, what they have. But until then, we'll see.